Welcome back to another episode. Today we're diving into the world of carbon farming, a topic that's buzzing in climate and agritech circles.
Yeah, especially with carbon becoming more than just a climate concern. It's now a tradable commodity. That sounds technical, but it has real implications, right?
Exactly. When carbon emissions are measured and turned into credits, they can actually be bought and sold, kind of like stocks, but for the environment.
That's wild. So, how does it work practically? How does a ton of carbon become something you can trade?
It starts with quantifying emissions, figuring out exactly how much CO2 a project reduces or removes. That becomes a carbon credit, typically equal to 1 metric ton of CO2.
And then you assign it a value?
Right. It gets a price based on demand, quality, and even location. High-quality credits from well-managed projects can fetch more.
But here's the big question. Where do smallholder farmers fit into this?
That's where it gets tricky. Most small farmers, say in South Africa, are focused on basics, seeds, tools, irrigation, not on capturing carbon.
Totally. The idea of participating in a carbon market must feel pretty far off if you're just trying to get your crops to grow.
But there's real potential. Practices like agroforestry or using cover crops can store carbon in the soil and generate those credits.
So by farming in certain ways, they can actually earn extra income from the carbon market?
Exactly. It's like turning sustainable practices into a second crop, an invisible one, but one that pays.
I love that idea. But then comes the challenge: access. Do these farmers have the tools or knowledge to even get started?
That's where organizations like Smart Agriote step in. They provide training and support so farmers can understand and enter these markets.
I imagine navigating the paperwork, measurements, and regulations must be overwhelming without help.
Absolutely. Plus, government regulations can create barriers, and lack of funding doesn't help either.
It kind of feels like there's a digital and financial wall between farmers and these markets.
That's a good way to put it. Bridging that gap isn't just a nice idea. It's necessary if we want equity and climate solutions.
And honestly, smallholder farmers could play a huge role in climate mitigation if they're given the tools.
Totally. They're already managing the land. With a little support, they can also manage carbon.
Do you think carbon farming could ever become as normal as, say, crop rotation?
If the infrastructure is there, yes. But it's going to take time, policy changes, and a lot more outreach.
So this isn't just about climate, it's about empowerment too.
Exactly. When farmers can earn from both their harvest and their sustainability, everyone wins.
It's kind of poetic, growing food and fixing the planet at the same time.
Couldn't have said it better. And on that note, we'll wrap up. But here's something to think about. What if the next agricultural revolution isn't about yield, but about carbon?
Great question. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget, small changes on small farms can make a big impact globally.